Coming up on Pope's Plates, stir-fry udon noodles. Hi, this is Jennifer. Thank you for joining me as we take a walk through the recipes that have built the culinary foundation of my family. Today we're going to be using some leftovers from previous videos to make stir-fry udon noodles. Let's begin by making our stir-fry sauce. In a glass bowl or any medium bowl, combine 1 cup of water and 1/4 cup of soy sauce. We use low sodium soy sauce, but you can use any kind that you would like. And then add 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. To our stir-fry sauce, we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon ground pepper, 1/2 teaspoon celery salt, and 2 teaspoons of dried parsley flakes. And then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of ginger paste and 1 teaspoon of garlic paste. I use the thin and not the chunky, but you can use any kind of garlic paste that you would like. If you don't have ginger paste or garlic paste, you may use fresh ginger and garlic. You're going to want to grate them with a microplane because it needs to be grated very small so that people aren't biting into large chunks of ginger or large chunks of garlic. We added 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and now we're going to whisk everything together really well and let the cornstarch dissolve. Finally, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of rice vinegar, and then we're going to whisk again to really mix up all of the ingredients. Then we're going to set aside our stir-fry sauce until we're ready to use it. The last video we shared on this channel, we made spoon salad. We've also recently made a pork loin. We're going to use the leftovers from both of those to make our stir-fry noodles. Let's begin by slicing 1/2 of a purple onion or a red onion and 2 very thin slivers so that they cook evenly and quickly. My grandmother was born in 1910. She was definitely a Depression-era cook, and one of the things that she taught my mother and taught me is to use every single thing you have, which is why we utilize leftovers often to make our recipes. I had some leftover yellow bell pepper, and so we're going to cut that into julienne or stick shapes. If you want to use celery, if you have that left over, or carrots, really anything that you have left over, you can use. Remember, if you're going to use carrots, they are a more dense vegetable to cook, and so you're going to want to cut them a whole lot smaller than the other vegetables in your stir fry. Parts of a green onion or scallion. We're not going to get rid of the green parts. We're going to use those later. You can prep some of these ingredients beforehand, maybe the day before or when you're making another dish, but green onions or scallions don't hold up very well, and so you kind of want to make sure that you do those the day of. I'm going to take 1 zucchini. I did not peel it. Feel free to peel it if you would like. Cut it in half lengthwise, and then cut those halves into small half moon shapes and add them to your glass bowl. Zucchini does cook rather quickly, so if you'd like it a little bit more crisp, you can set it aside and add it to your stir fry towards the end, but I don't mind if mine is mushy, so I went ahead and added it now. Now let's bring our green onions back. We've already used the white part in our stir fry, and we're going to chop the rest of these to be a topping once our stir fry is finished, and we're going to set those aside, and then we're going to bring in some leftover pork loin. You can obviously use fresh pork or chicken, really anything that you like, but we really wanted to utilize our leftovers, and so I used some pork loin that I had from a dish I had made previously. Since our protein is already cooked, we're not going to add that in at the beginning. We're going to set it aside because we don't want it to dry out. In a medium to medium high temp saucepan, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. Let's add our vegetables, and we're going to stir them frequently until they become tender and translucent. Stir them frequently until they become tender and translucent. Do you and your family use leftovers and transform them into another dish? Or do you eat them? Or do sometimes, like me, they sort of go to waste in the refrigerator? If you make a new dish, let me know in the description box below what leftovers you use to make your new dishes. At this point, we're going to add our stir fry sauce. I added all of it, and I probably shouldn't have. I probably should have added about half of it, but this sauce is so fantastic. I didn't mind that it was a really wet, saucy stir fry, but if that's not something that you want, just cut it however you need to do that. And you're going to want to cook this until it is thickened by the cornstarch that we put in. And so just cook it until it is the consistency that you would like. I like mine pretty thick, and so I cooked it for a while. We're going to put 1 package of Japanese udon noodles into boiling water. It needs to be at a rolling boil, and cook those for about 6 minutes, or follow the instructions on the package, but you want them to be slightly al dente. Add your cooked noodles to a bowl and spoon over some of the stir fry mix, and then I'm going to top it with chow mein noodles, the green part of our green onions, and sesame seed. You can top it with whatever you like. If you made this dish and used leftovers you had at your house, please let us know in the comment section below. We'd love to hear some of your ideas. Thanks for visiting Pope's Plates. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Click the notification bell so that you'll know when we have new videos available. And make sure you subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Until I see you again, let's get cooking.